We at it again, Matlin Production Joint. You already know. We got Flatbush Mitchell, C. Wayne, TJ First Class. Something light. I hope y'all ready for this joint. Shit. Shit. Let the beat drop. Let's go. TJ, I'm here, my boy Molly Ma, aka the Diamond Boy. Just wanted to chop it up with y'all real quick. I know y'all missed some of the conversation we was having with the Politically Correct podcast. Shout out to Trait Botanist, who isn't here right now, but you know what I mean? It's all good, but I posted something on my IG the other day, and some of y'all seen it, and some of y'all probably didn't. And basically, I posed the blanket statement: everything that happens to you is your fault. What if I told you everything that happened to you is your fault? What would you tell me, right? So we gonna chop it up a little bit, throw some perspectives on it, and kind of see what our listeners gotta say about it or feel about it. So Molly Ma, let's get into this, man. So what you gotta say to that statement, man? You agree? You disagree? What's your thoughts on that statement?
There was a point in time when I didn't agree with that statement, and then I learned to agree with it. So at this point in my life, I agree with it because at the end of the day, you live in your life, and anything that happens to you should be your fault. That's how I look at things. I don't know.
But what you mean is your fault? Like, because some people, I'm going to tell you right now, some people was hitting me up like, yo, you're bugging. What do you mean everything that happens to you? Like, you can't control everything that happens to you? Or, so what happens when something happens out of your control? That's not your fault, right?
I feel like everything in life is how you react to it.
Okay.
Right? Things happen on an outside basis, right?
Yeah.
So this light is on or whatever. I could complain like, yo, this light dumb bright in my face right now. Or have an understanding that it's light in the room enough so that we could take this video.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's your perspective on things. So it's really one of those things where you sit back and you have to look at things like, all right, something bad happens to you in life. You know what I'm saying? If you sit there and you let it overtake like your whole life, your whole thinking ability about it, it's just like, yo, you're not doing it right. You know what I'm saying? You're not going about it right, because if you take responsibility for that action, you'll be good. You'll learn and move on to the next step. You take it as a lesson instead of a loss. Or you take, even if it's something good, you'll take it as a lesson. You know what I'm saying? And continue to grow in it. You know. Yeah, it's one of those topics. You know what I'm saying? I think it's really one of those topics where it's like situation based. You know what I'm saying? So say, yeah, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, but it is situation based. But I feel like nowadays, things happen to people, right? Granted, good things, bad things in between. And people get so used to, like, oh, well, ain't nothing I could do. And granted, right, there are certain specific scenarios, right? Like, let's say a loved one gets sick, or, you know, something happens, you lose your job because they downsize or something like that. So, like, obviously there are things that will happen that you literally can't necessarily control it from happening. But, like, I'm looking at it from the outcome. You see what I'm saying? Because it's not about what's happening. For me, it's kind of the outcome. You lost your job. Damn, son, I lost my job. And then you just complaining and all this stuff. And you got a lot of people out there, bro, that just be complaining. And the minute something don't go right, it's like excuse to complain. Yeah. Excuse to say, oh, well, you see, and and all these, I ain't gonna even get into that, these IG social media activists that stay trying to
put their worries on the world.
Yeah, I'm like, yo, ain't nobody care about all that, son. Like,
I ain't trying to hear all of that.
That's what I'm saying, son. Like, you just tight right now because everybody else tight, and you feel like you're supposed to be tight too. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? So, and another thing too is when I pose that statement, some of the people that agree with me Well, and it's not like a agree disagree scenario, right? It's just
But
a
it
blanket
is.
statement. It is what it is. Accountability is something. It is what it is. Like everything that happens to you specifically. I ain't talking about your friend, your mom, your shorty. Like everything that happens to you specifically, it's on you. Like you see what I'm saying? It's on you. Oh, I can't get a job. Why I can't get a job? Nobody want to hire me. Why nobody want to hire you? That maybe you just applying for the wrong jobs.
Or maybe you keep smoking weed.
That's what I'm saying. You can't pass the drug test. You know what I'm saying? Like,
It's bro, stop.
and like people nowadays, it's like they spend more time finding an excuse for why things ain't going the way they want it to go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it's like you take that same energy in terms of making things happen, making those sacrifices and all that stuff. I'm like, yo, people just dumb, bro.
That's how I be feeling, to be honest. Is at the end of the day, son, when you sit there. Alright, so I'm a business person. If you guys don't know, I have a clothing line. It's named Don Boy Society. Check it out. It's kind of dope. I'm actually not wearing none of it. That's not a good thing. I wasn't really planning on doing this today, but it is what it is. But at the end of the day, right, I have a clothing line, and I've made many mistakes. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I would try to do another business in order to help my business, but at the end of the day, if I just kept doing my business, I'd have probably been in a better situation than I am. You know what I'm saying? So if I focused on the business, right, I would have probably been in a better situation than I'm in now, right?
Mm.
But the thing is, you get sidetracked because you feel like this thing might help me progress in what I'm doing, right?
Okay.
But at the end of the day, me making that wrong decision put me back, right? Instead of sitting there, but at that time, I was blaming other people for making that decision. It's like, if this dude ain't tell me this, I would have still been doing my thing. But it's like, bruh, you
Kinda
did
started
it.
with you.
Yeah, like you signed off on whatever you wasn't supposed to be signing off on. You know what I'm saying? You made that decision. And then the thing is, I had to come back to myself and say, yo, if you didn't make that decision, you would have been good. You know what I'm saying? It's a personal thing, so I'm gonna keep it. You know, I might go to jail for that. So I ain't gonna really talk too much. I ain't going to jail. But at the end of the day, it's
man.
like, yo, you make bad mistakes. But the thing is, when you take the responsibility on yourself, it allows you to like sit back and be responsible.
But yeah, I mean, I feel what you're saying, and it's chess, yo. Like all day today, we was driving around, like doing what we gotta do. You see what I'm saying? And it's chess, yo. Like life is legit a game of chess, and yo, I don't care if you 50, if you 15. Like life is chess, y'all. Cause
Break down what you mean by that. Because
Alright.
I don't know if everybody has.
yeah. So alright, when I say life is chess. Chess is a game. First of all, I don't even know how to play chess, right? But I like the I like the terminology because it's like for people that play chess, you always got to think about the next move or the move after the next, right? It's not like, oh, I just do this and then you just do it. Like you literally have to make calculated decisions based on what's after and what could be after that. So anything in like. You want to buy a car. You want to go to a certain school. You want to interview for a certain job. You want to leave your job. You want to get married. You want to not get married. You want to, get with one chick. You don't want, like, everything you do, you got to look at it as chess. What's the next move after that? And a lot of people got goals and ambitions. And to be honest, it's pretty sad, bro, because I feel like we're in the age now where everybody an entrepreneur and have an idea of, things that they're passionate about, which is good. You feel me? Like, it's good that it's becoming a society where everybody's goal isn't just to get a job and, that's it. Like, you got a lot of people doing podcasts and stuff like that. You got people doing music. Before, it was basketball players and athletes and rappers and singers, right? Now, you got people doing art, dancing. You got people doing so many dope stuff. You see what I'm saying? Because people realize, like, listen, if I tap into what I'm actually good at and I'm talented with, I can make a career out of it. I can make money from it. But coming back to the whole idea, chess is like calculated moves. You see what I'm saying? It's not like, oh, I want to do this, so boom. Like, you really gotta think about how you're gonna go about doing it. If you're gonna quit a job because you don't like your boss, that's not a good reason. You see what I'm saying? Because you quit the job, you don't have another job, your bills, and then you start complaining about, oh, life ain't fair, I can't pay my bill. And it's like, the decisions you make a lot of times put you in the position that you're in. And people really don't realize that. Even to the granular level, bro. Like, it be the little things. Like, you just didn't feel like going to work on time that day because you was just tired from the night before that you went out, and that happened to be the day you went in, your boss was pissed off, and then you got fired, and then you talking about it's unfair. It's like, yo, stop making excuses. Like, literally, stop making excuses.
But once you take that responsibility on yourself from that point, say that exact situation happened, right?
Yeah.
You wake up late, you go to work, your boss tight, so you're like, yo, get out my face, you're fired. You're like, damn, bro. 5 minutes late, my nigga.
That's what I'm saying. It's only 5 minutes. Yeah.
It's like, yo, if from that point on, though, if you were to take the responsibility for that and say, yo, that was my fault, I shouldn't have been late today. Instead of saying, yo, it's all my boss, guess what?
Yeah.
You ain't gonna be late for your next job.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, you gotta take that responsibility. And I think it's really important. Because, alright, so I was reading a book, right? I forgot the name at this point. But I remember them speaking about, they were talking about people in jail.
Okay.
Right? Talking about people in jail. And the one common factor between everybody in jail is that nobody feels like it was their fault of why they commit a crime. Like, they'll admit that they did the crime.
Right.
But it's like, cause my girl got me tight, I shot her home. You know, I shot her mom. It's like, bro, you didn't have to shoot her mom, bro. My girl got me tight. Her mom is still alive. You feel me?
Yeah.
But it's like, stop putting it on something else. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Putting it on something else because it's too hard for you to sit back and say, yo, I did that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I took that. I was mad.
And
And I clapped her mom, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the thing. Like, some people that admit to doing something wrong or doing something right, but they would always put it on somebody else. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Always put it on somebody else. And that's what they said is a common factor between, like, lunatics, criminals. You know what I'm saying? They always put it on somebody else. Like, I can't remember who they used as an example. It was Al Capone. They used Al Capone as an example. So this guy was a drug dealer, mafia warrior, again, just a bad guy, you know what I'm saying? Overall. So they finally got him, put him in handcuffs, right? And then, you know, they asked him if he wanted to say anything, and he's like, granted, he did other things in the community, right? You know, probably helped some people out. He's like, after everything I did for y'all, this is what y'all doing to me? It's like, bro, you done killed, nigga. You done killed mad people. You just forgot that part of your life. Like, you can't just forget that part. Like, I don't know, like, bad things happen to people, but it's how you react. You say, all right, I did some wrong things. You know what I'm saying? I did something that I shouldn't have done, or whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? Just taking that responsibility, it will improve, you know, future events for you. That's how I look at it.
Because life's all about learning. You know what I mean? And today you might think, oh, okay, I was right for this, but then tomorrow you sit down, and a lot of times when you sit down and think, and yo, I'll be honest, bro, like, being anybody that's in a relationship with somebody else, right? You're forced to learn that sometimes it's not about being right. It's about, you know, understanding the other point of view. You see what I'm saying? So you could be right. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's only based on how you're looking at it. You see what I'm saying? And the other person, if they feel that they're right, you feel that you're right, and then you're just clashing heads, but then you're not seeing the other point of view, because life will teach you that the way you look at something a lot of times dictates how you interpret it, and a lot of times what you get from it. So rather than playing the blame game, oh, it's your fault. Like this shorty at I ain't gonna even say where I know her from, whatever, because I ain't trying to get blasted. But anyway, this person I know was talking about how her kid didn't do homework, so missed a school trip, and it was messed up because she always do her homework, right? And it's like, it's not fair. So I'm like, what did the school say? Like, why didn't they let her on the trip? Now, the school has a rule that if you don't do the homework the night before the trip, you don't go on the trip.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, all right, so why didn't you do the homework? He's like, well, nah, I took her out that night and we went. I'm like, okay, so it's kind of your fault. You know what I mean? That you thought. He's like, no, but the school didn't technically notify the parents officially to say that.
But you gotta find out certain things.
But not even find out. I was like, here's the main point. Your kid ain't do her homework. She's supposed to do her homework. Mm-hmm. So regardless if there's a rule against trip versus not trip, like she didn't do her homework.
Yeah.
So
supposed to do her homework, bro.
and you excuse her not doing her homework, and then now you're gonna go back and try to come at the school for punishing her for not doing what she's supposed
to been do that.
That's what I'm saying. No so you're wrong because you took out the night before.
Like, and this is very specific, and this girl's gonna hit you.
Yeah, she gonna be like, damn, son, I told you that like last Friday. Son.
You stupid, bro. Damn, bro. You gonna put this out 3 weeks from now?
But nah, it's literally like you really gotta approach certain scenarios regardless. And there's always like one of the things that you had said on one of the podcasts was ain't no such thing as L's as in losses. It's all lessons, and it's like literally you gotta learn from what you experience because if you don't, literally you gonna keep doing the same thing over and over and over. And then want to figure out why your life sucks. Like, yo, there's people out there, bro, with so much potential to do so much more, but it's just not happening for them. And granted, sometimes it's a matter of timing, right? I'm a firm believer, like, everybody has their window when they're gonna pop. And it's all about being ready for when your window comes for you to pop. And a lot of people, their window come and go because either they wasting time or they're not prepared or they're not focused. And then it's like, damn, like you gotta be prepared for it when your window comes. And the sooner you figure that out, the sooner you start preparing. And rather than focus on complaining about what's not fair and why your life ain't the way it should be and this and that and the third, it's like, yo, focus on doing what you gotta do to be prepared for when that time comes. Because at the end of the day, it's chess. Like I said, it's like, what's next after this move? When I make this decision to not go here or not do this or spend this money on this, what does that mean? How is that going to affect what I really want to do? What's more important to me? What am I willing to give up? What am I not willing to give up? And like thinking about it from that standpoint, that's kind of one of the things that, and just this whole video vlog or whatever the hell y'all want to call it, the reason why I also wanted to do more video and so seeing the emotions, seeing the interactions, like I feel like a lot of times there's auditory people and there's visual people. You see what I'm saying? And I want to be able to connect with both. You see what I'm saying? So some of the things we're going to talk about is really going to hit some nerves, and some of it might even make sense, but it's like just listen through it, because it's not about, oh, okay, this is the statement, this is the answer. Half the times there is no answer to some of the statements. It's literally just a statement. How are you going to interpret it? What are you going to take away from it? Does it make sense? Does it not make sense? If it don't make sense, why? You see what I'm saying? Because that's life. You see what I'm saying? Like, and that's something that I'm learning. Like, life is one of those things where you're not owed explanations. When things happen, you're not owed an explanation. So rather than life ain't fair, why this gotta happen, whatever, you can ask the question, but you're not gonna get the answer. Sometimes you might see 5-10 years down the line how things connect, you know what I mean, and chain of events and kind of what the outcome usually is. But life doesn't really owe us anything. And the more or the less time you spend questioning why and focus on how, you'll see a difference. That's what I feel.
You know, I was reading a book, The Subtle Art of Not Giving an F. Okay? It's a dope book. It's a dope book.
Okay.
But basically, you know, people hear that title and people buy the book on the terms of like, oh, I don't want to give an F about nothing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
I don't care about nobody, so I don't want to give an F. But really what the book is saying is like, you have but so many Fs to give, right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Facts.
saying? So when you do give an F, make it important, right? So
Okay.
at the end of the day, right, people stress about these little things that they could overcome. You know what I'm saying? Yo, man, son, I went down to the kitchen and they ain't have no damn tea bag. It's like, bro, you was at the store yesterday, you could have bought the tea bags, right? First of
Yeah.
all, right?
Yeah.
And you knew there was no tea bags in your crib, so you could have bought that,
Right.
right? Second of all, it's like, it's really not that important,
Yeah,
right?
it's
So
not that
why are you
deep.
stressing yourself out,
Yeah.
right? Even when, like, I'm an entrepreneur, right? But one of the biggest things with me is like, I don't stress over jobs that I have.
Yeah.
Some people might not agree with that. I know I've gotten into many different conversations with people about that. But it's like, say for instance, I was working at Lowe's, right? Shout out to Lowe's, I still bang with them. But I was working at Lowe's, and granted, I was coming late. Not crazy late.
So you one of them? Okay.
Not crazy late, but this is the thing.
Mm.
I take it on myself. So, coming late, and lady came in the office. Told me to come in the office, right?
Mm.
And she's like, you know, you've been coming pretty late last couple of days. I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, shorty, first of all, I came like 2-3 minutes late, 6 a.m. Nobody's in the store, man. You know what I'm saying? First of all.
Yeah.
But then it's like, all right. I looked at it. I went to Lowe's to work for a certain reason. I accomplished that reason. Basically, I want to get some loans, so I need a proof of income. I
Yeah.
just have a steady job.
Oh.
So I got the job, got my loan. I literally didn't have to be there no more.
Yeah.
Right? So once she called me in the office and said, boom, this is what it is, I had to make that decision to myself. It's either get mad at her or just move on.
Yeah.
And I said, you know what, I'm not going to sit here and have any bad feelings towards Lowe's and this and that. It's like, yo, I did what I came for.
Mm.
Granted, I might be losing what? Couple $100 a week or whatever, but I believed in myself enough that if I leave this place, I could still do what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? And the point is, I took that responsibility on myself to say, yo, all right, I did what I had to do. I know I was late. I don't deserve this job, so I'm gone. And that's what it is. I'm not gonna sit there and feel like every morning I want to wake up and I have to. I don't want to wake up for no job. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to wake up 4:30 to get there for. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. You know what I'm saying? So the point is, it's like this. I took that on myself. Like, I know I'm not going to get here on time. I don't care enough to get here 5 minutes early. I just don't care enough.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I said, bump it. I quit. Next day, literally came with the resignation letter. Take that. You know what I'm saying? And then they was calling me like, yo, it's a 2 week, but I really left it there. But it's all good, you know what I'm saying? But the point is, if you take that initiative to say, yo, I'm messing up, it's either you're going to make this decision to move on to something that you care more about, or you're just going to, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah. And it's chess because, like you said, you all right, you got that job with the purpose of, other things, right?
Yeah.
So you need to get a loan, you need proof of income, you got the job, boom. The end goal was accomplished.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Now, granted,
could have stayed.
you should have just went to work on time. But, you see what I'm saying? That's where the accountability part comes in, right? And people just, somebody else in that scenario, man, ain't nobody here 6 a.m, so what? Ain't even that serious.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the dude that try to holler at the chick, and then they don't respond, and then they try to curse about it. It's like, yo, that's so stupid, son.
Like, yo, you know she look good, bro.
Like, you know she look good. You know she not gonna respond to you yelling at her from down the block. But then you get tight when she don't respond. So it's like accountability, y'all. And I want to challenge like a lot of people because my thing is I keep hearing a lot of conversations about people like from people in my circle, people that I know. It's like, yo, man, you know, there's a lot of talent, there's a lot of knowledge, there's a lot of wisdom. And honestly, bro, it's a lot of wasted talent, wasted wisdom, wasted time because I see so many people that are so smart, so talented, so gifted, doing nothing to advance themselves with their talent. It's like people get settled and then laxed and then comfortable and then it's like they're quick to tell somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yo, man, you know, you should really focus on Diamond Boy. Da, da, da. It's like, but what you doing though? You see what I'm saying? Like, what are you doing?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You do this, you just. That's why when people was like, yo, man, what's going on with the podcast? Da, da, da. Like, I appreciated that. Granted, I had a plan. I knew what I was doing in the meantime. There was obviously other things going on. So I knew in the back of my mind the chess that I was playing. But the fact that people were pushing me and challenging me, like, yo, what's up? What's going on? I appreciate that because it's good to have reminders, but then there's those people that it's like, come on. And it's sad, bro. Like, it's literally sad because now, and it sounds crazy, but you remember back in the day when people used to be like, oh, people get rich and switch and all the people acting funny and stuff like that. But it's like, if you think about it, if you come up with somebody, right? Mm-hmm. And everybody on their grind, somebody pop, right? Because they grinding, they doing what they gotta do. And yo, the hard work, bro, that's the formula. Like, you just gotta work hard. And some people just don't want to do it. But then when some people work hard and make it to where they want to go, then people want to get tight and blame it on chance and luck and, oh, well,
no
he's just luck. I'm like, nah, man.
There's no such thing. Luck is like some, like this. Like, I have a tad belief in luck, mm-hmm. right? Because things just happen sometimes that's unexplainable. Right?
Yeah.
And I will equate that to faith or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's like people would sit there and they would blame, like TJ was saying, you know, they would say, oh, no, you're lucky, you're this and that. But it's like, bro, I was dead up last night till 4 a.m.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, bro, I wasn't sleeping, bro. You can't equate that to anything but hard work. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, I'm a living testimony of hard work. I know, even though I'm not as successful as I want to be yet, I know that in the back of my head, I will get where I want to be, right?
Yeah.
Because I know relentless work will get you to where you want to be. At the end of the day, and that's the thing, there are people like me that would talk like that and literally go home one night and go to sleep. Right? Like every night.
Talking bad.
No, this is what I'm saying. For the most part, I work pretty hard, right? But then I would be like, yo, I'm not doing nothing tonight, bro.
Yeah.
I'm not doing it. You know what I'm saying? And some people get overwhelmed and just keep not doing it. But that's the thing. It's like you gotta be accountable to yourself and say, yo, I gotta keep going. I gotta keep going. I gotta keep. And honestly, you know, in this last year, I'm really bad at social media. I'm gonna start making an effort a little bit more. But last January, like, I went to the gym, right? Well, probably like that 2000 what? What's it? 18?
18, yeah.
So 2016,
yeah.
in around December, I started going to the gym. Took a picture. I showed Tim the picture earlier.
Pause.
I might. Nah. But I had a bird chest. I was just a bird, like, you know what I'm saying? And it's really evidence of what work does. At the end of the day, like, I seen myself last January, and I was looking at the picture, and I literally was a straight person, like my body was straight. And then over the year, I just continuously went to the gym, whether it be, I in the beginning of the year, I wanted to create a habit. That was my biggest thing, just creating that habit, right? Because I said, yo, I'm tired of just looking like some scrawny dude, you know what I'm saying? So it would be nice when I wanted to go to the gym, right? I didn't even want to go to the gym, But it's like, I'm going to just walk there. I'm going to just walk to the gym and then walk back home, right? Because I just had to keep doing the same pattern every night, every single night. And for about 1 month straight, I walked to the gym and went home. You know what I'm saying?
Without working out?
No.
Oh.
Most of the time I work out, but even those nights when it's like cold and I just didn't want to go outside, like, all right, bro, just walk and then come back home, right? Or if it was too late and I knew I wasn't going to get enough time in there, Just walk and come back home. And then once that just became so habitual, it's like, yo, now it's like, all right, it ain't nothing to just go. Now, if you in there, do something. You know what I'm saying? So now I'm in there and I'm picking up weights every day. My brother's showing me different things. And literally, I take pictures, take different selfies, whatever, and I've seen the progress. And it's the same thing and with everything you do in life. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I take that habit and it's like, all right, I know I need to have my collection out by a certain time.
Mm-hmm.
Every night I'm going to draw something new. Until I get that one night where it's like, yo, this is it.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? And that's the most important part when you're trying to do something bigger than yourself. You know what I'm saying? You got to sit there and purposely create a habit for yourself that it's on you. Because before I started going to the gym, I used to say to myself, man, I don't want to go.
Yeah, that's big.
And
right
then I
now.
would complain about being a bird.
Nah.
You know what I'm saying? I would be like, yo.
Yeah.
But like, bruh, go. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's the point. It's like, stop complaining, stop, and just start to act. Like, I really like love Nike's Nike slogan. It's like, bro, just do it.
Yeah.
That's, bruh, just do it. Stop talking, dog. You know what I'm saying? Stop equating your success to luck. It's you. You did it.
Exactly.
Thank yourself. You know what I'm saying? Thank God. Of course. The reason I don't always thank myself is because I feel like there's somebody above me and I humble myself so I know it's not all on me. But at the end of the day, yo, you did that shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And what some people may have not caught on when we said it when we first started is, you know, when things happen to you, it's your fault, right? It don't just mean negative stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not like, oh, I got into a car accident, it's my fault. Like, nah, you got that job, that's your fault. You know what I mean? You did what you had to do, you prepared, you went out, you crushed it. That's your fault. It's your fault you got the job. You know what I mean? So it's accountability, y'all. Like, it's really accountability, and just be accountable. Like, I get why people don't want to be, because when you're accountable for something and, you know, the outcome is what it is, then it's your fault. And no one wants to, when things are going good, everybody likes to be accountable. Like, yeah, that was me, you feel me? Like, I'll put them on, or, you know what I mean? But when things aren't going good, then it's like, well, you know, technically. And it's like,
Nah.
Don't
do that.
Yeah, and the thing is, when you have that mindset, you're forced to just approach things and do things differently and not do some things, because you know that, hey, if I'm in the driver's seat, you see what I'm saying? I have control over, am I going to make this right turn? Am I going to run the red light? You know what I mean? There's consequences for whatever you do, but you're in the driver's seat. And it's
right.
Yeah.
For example, right? Just I'll share a little story. And I could see somebody feel like, damn, that was my fault. So just recently, in 2017, I bought a 15 Infinity. Basically a brand new car. I had like 20,000 miles. You know, finally I've been going months without driving. I didn't have my license for a couple months. So I finally got my car. I'm feeling good about myself. I'm like, yo, I'm not. So, you know, went out through my day, did my little errands, brought my nephews to basketball practice, this, that, there. Hype, got my car. This is my 5th day with the car. I'm feeling good. I literally pull up on my block. This is me. Pull up on my block. I'm like, oh, this is exactly at 100 miles, not 100,000. I literally drove 100 miles in the car. I said, you know what? I'm not parking this on the street today. Park it in my driveway. I don't want nothing to happen to my car. Pull up, get a driveway, boom. So now I'm in the crib. I'm like, yo, feeling good about myself. You know what I'm saying? I was able to do a lot of things without having to buy 5-6 Metro cars.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? And then, so then I'm like, all right, let me go lie down, right? So I'm in my bed, and all I hear is boom, bam. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, that ain't me. My shit on the sidewalk. So my nephew come in, he like, yo, Uncle Marlon, bro. something happened to your car. I'm like, nah, bro. That's impossible. I'm on the sidewalk. The sidewalk is a big one, right? So I come outside and a lady reversed off the street and smashed my entire car. This is the 5th day I had it, right? And I walked out, of course, I was mad. I kind of calmed down. And I came out, and the lady could not talk. She just had nothing to say. And in that moment, you know what I mean? I could have been mad at her and got overly aggressive, whatever. But I'm like, damn, this lady knows she's stupid. She knows she's dumb. Why? And then even in that, it made me become accountable for my attitude, right?
Yeah.
Right? Because I said, you know what? Whatever. It's just a car. Nobody got hurt.
Yeah, that's facts.
You know what I'm saying? I literally came out the car probably like 10 minutes before that. Nobody got hurt. No, nothing. And that's what I'm saying. It's all about accountability. She knew she was wrong. Yeah. I'm not going to make her feel worse. I was cutting her ass. You know what I'm saying? But I wasn't going to violate her. You know what I'm saying? But it's just the simple fact of both of us was in a mindset of like, yo, let's just get the paperwork done. Yeah. And you go about your way. The funny thing is, she only broke her tail light. At the end of the day, son, she told the cops the truth. Yeah. She didn't feel threatened by me. She didn't feel, and all of that, it worked out. You know what I mean? Paid off the loan, whatever the case may be. I'm good now. You know what I mean? And the point is, throughout that whole experience, besides that split second of actually seeing the damage to my car, I can honestly sit here and tell you I wasn't even mad. I was just like, this is miraculous. Like, I'll probably give Tim the picture so he can upload to this joint so you can see how miraculously stupid this was. But my point is, right? It's sitting there. I could have blamed that lady, whatever. It's just like, bro, I don't care enough. I don't give a F enough, like, to sit here and get mad over this. Yeah. It's just a car. I could get another one.
And that's the thing too, yo. Like, what people stress, I ain't gonna hold you, bro. If something in my car, I'm gonna feel it. Yeah. But at the same time, it's like, what people stress over and what people put so much emphasis on a lot of times don't make sense. Like, you would think that by now, dudes will realize going to the club and buying bottles when you living at home with your moms is just dumb. You see what I'm saying? Like,
why are you doing that, bro?
Like, and I'm not talking about, like, because I ain't going front, like, I still live in my parents' like house, you feel me? So ain't no shit on that, but you got no car, no job, right? You ain't doing nothing, but you in the club popping bottles, spending $300, $400, $500. That is stupid. Yo, that is so stupid.
You know what you could do with that, bruh?
Jeez. I'm like, you go to the club like 3 times a month, right? Every time you go, you get a bottle service. That's $300, $400. Boy, that's rent in your own crib.
Nah, dude, this be wild.
Like, yo, and that's the stupidity of like what we live in.
And then this is the thing.
Go ahead. You say it.
So they would do that. They'd be like, yo, why I don't got no bread?
Stupid.
Bro, you did that. You did that, my nigga. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? Your money is gone because of you.
And only you made that decision to get bottle service. Like, for real, for no reason. And like I said, shout out to those who got it like that, you feel me? Because, I mean,
what you want.
Yeah, I mean, you work hard, you get your money, you want to split. Everyone has their
Don't complain. Don't complain.
Exactly.
Just know that you took your L, bro.
True facts.
You know what I'm saying? And that's a loss.
That is a loss. That ain't no lesson. That's just a stupid loss. That's it.
It's a loss, bro.
But it's all love, though. But you just stupid for that. I ain't gonna hold you. But yeah, y'all, like, just let's do better, y'all. Like, let's legit do better.
Yeah,
Like,
we gotta take responsibility for our actions, man.
yeah, and the times are different, man. People, and yo, it's crazy. People be stressing about politics and stuff like that. Honestly, bro, it's like you can control what you can control.
Yeah.
So you just don't stress. Like, the same people.
No, go ahead, son.
The same people that be on some like, oh, it ain't on me, it ain't on me. It's the same people that be stressing over, like, the stuff you can't control or you can actually impact, you want to play, like, you know what I mean? But then the stuff that you have nothing to do with, like,
chatter.
yeah, stop
Stop chatting,
talking,
man.
son. You not doing nothing to change.
Bro,
Go ahead.
this is the kind of thing that get me tight. And I'll be honest and say I'm a part of this too, right? You complain about Donald Trump and the election with Hillary and all this. You go out and vote for Trump and Hillary, right? And you feel like you did something. Yo, I voted for Hillary though. It's like, bro, your vote don't even don't even matter, bro. At the end of the day, y'all should be voting for the people in your community.
No,
You know
that's
what I'm
facts.
saying?
That's facts.
Like, you could dead hit them up like, yo, I need a tree on my block.
Yeah.
I need you to fix the street light.
Yeah.
That's effective voting. You understand what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Learn the people in your community and then go vote for them. Because they can actually make a change in your immediate neighborhood. But this is the thing. Y'all feel like politicians don't do anything for you because you're not invested in the right ones.
Yeah, that's
You know what I'm
true.
saying? Yeah, the president is there for war and big things. Big things. You know what I'm saying? Granted, yeah, you vote, cool. But son, your community means a lot more than it's a build up. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's from there and it goes up. If everybody in this nation respected their community board leaders,
Yeah.
it would build up and everybody would really have a say in how the government's run. And that's just how I feel about it. You know what I'm saying? But that's how you make effective change. You take responsibility to say, yo, this is what I'm saying. I know that I need to start voting
Yeah.
at this point in my life now. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Before, I didn't really know nothing about this. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I was just
Whatever.
going with the wind. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But at this point, I know what will change, and I will vote for the people that I can go into their office and speak to. You know what I'm saying? So it's all of those kind of things in life that you just have to start paying attention to. You know what I'm saying?
Chess, bro. It keep coming back to that whole idea of chess. It's all about strategy. Like with everything, man. You trying to buy a car, strategy. You trying to get a job, strategy. You trying to, get something for somebody that you care about, is strategy. Like you literally gotta sit down and think, okay, what can I influence? And don't get me wrong, y'all people that put a lot of stuff on social media and stuff like that out there for awareness purposes, I respect that. I truly do. My big thing is, what else? You see what I'm saying? Like, I could post every single day an article about something that I see happening, whether in another country, third world, something happening in the US, whatever. It's good for the awareness piece. But please, y'all, don't just stop with a post, a couple of comments, and that's it. Because at the end of the day, if me and you was talking about, yo, we should, this dude Trump wildin', oh, we shouldn't be voting for him and da-da-da, but we actually don't go out and vote for somebody else, and it don't mean nothing, son.
Just
like,
chatting.
it's just awareness. You see what I'm saying? Like, it literally, like, everybody know, but if nobody do nothing, it's just awareness.
It's not even a waste. It's just entertainment at that point.
Yo, a lot of people too, like, they just talk to talk. I'm not gonna hold you. They literally talk to talk. They like to be heard. They just need a reason to put something out. And they thrive off of when something go down with somebody else, because then they can deflect attention to this person or this person or this situation or this situation. So it's like, take accountability. What happens to you is your fault. I'm not even going to debate it. That's just, it is what it is. Take it, leave it, agree, disagree. But you got to admit, there's a little bit of a truth to that statement, however you want to look at it and approach it, because who you going to blame? You see what I'm saying? It's not your fault. Whose fault is it? Because nothing don't just happen. You see what I'm saying? Like, you ain't just gonna get $1,000. You ain't just gonna have your bills paid. Like, somebody gotta do it. You see what I'm saying? Somebody gotta make it happen. So it's either you or it's somebody else.
It's a fact. At the end of the day, man, it's really important. It's really important to take accountability, man. I can't go throughout my days blaming somebody else for things I've done. I don't care if you screwed me. It's like, bruh, I believed you. You know what
I let you.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm saying. If I made $1 million, I did that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I did that. So the point is, I'm not giving nobody credit for whether it be stupidity or positivity. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't do that anymore. Like,
and worry about yourself, yo.
That's the biggest
worry about yourself.
Son, go ahead, bro. Go for it, bro.
Nah, go ahead.
I had this one guy that I speak to, right? Told him, yo, stop talking about people, bro. Stop, son. Like, there's never a conversation I have with this guy. I'd be like, bro, anytime you're around me and you talk about somebody else, you gotta do push-ups. When he around me, that nigga be getting mad, bro. Because, son, it's crazy. It's like, bro, first of all, you're not doing, in my eyes.
Yeah.
And I'm talking about the nigga right now.
You gonna get
So
tight.
pardon me, bro. I'm doing what he doing. But it's for example.
Yeah, it's awareness. But action though, it's awareness.
Bro, it's like, son, stop talking about them, because at the end of the day, you're really not doing anything. Right? I might sound like a hater right now, but like it's hard for me to even do this. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's this thing in my body, like, bro, just shut up. You know what I'm saying? But my point is, it's like, you can't be hating on somebody else when you really not doing nothing. And the thing is, when you really doing something, you don't even care about. And that's why I'm bringing up the example, but I can't even really, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I can't even really go in, you know what I mean? Like, because it just feels wrong at this point. You know what I mean? I read a quote this in the beginning of the year. They said, make it your task that if anybody's ever talking about somebody, shut it down.
I like that.
You know what I'm saying? And even me right now, I'm shutting myself down.
Yeah.
Because I created that habit. You know what I mean? And that's just what it is.
Listen, y'all. It's 2018. It's a new year. Just hear what we say, y'all. Like this. Just take what we say. We gonna hit y'all with some gems. You know, I got Marlon on this episode. You know, we gonna throw different people here and there. You gonna see Marlon again. You gonna see Trey Botanist on here. You gonna see everybody on here. But the whole idea is just hear what we gotta say before you get tight. You know what I mean? Like, hear what we gotta say, because whether you agree or you disagree, there's gonna be something that makes sense and something that click. And even if it don't click for you or it don't apply to you, it might apply to somebody else. You see what I'm saying? And a lot of times, you know what's crazy? You would hear something and then somebody come to mind like, yo, this person need to hear this right now. Or this applies to someone right now. Sometimes, because we was even talking about it. Like, one of the episodes, you was like, yo, Tim, send me that link again, because I could listen to this probably a year from now, 2 weeks from now, 2 months from now, and it makes sense all over again, or it hits me in a different way. So, you know, it's about sharing that knowledge. It's about, you know, doing something, you know, that's gonna help. You see what I'm saying? They got a lot of podcasts out there. They got a lot of vlogs. Everybody need Back in the day when everybody was trying to be a ball player and a rapper, I feel like now there's a lot more people kind of in the market for the arts, which I respect. You know what I mean? Everyone has their niche. Everybody has. Shout out to those that's not just doing it for the bread, but actually doing it because they see a purpose for what they're doing. Because if there's no purpose, you literally, and you even taught me this, it's like you're just gonna be a phase or a trend that's gonna be now and then. It's gonna die out.
You gotta have a why.
Yeah, if you're doing something to impact people and there's no why, why are you doing it? You see what I'm saying?
Alright, so the other day I was listening to like this motivational thing. I listen to a lot of motivational things, and he was like, "You have to have a why." Right? So
I heard that Breakfast Club.
I'm not. I don't. No, I wasn't listening to Breakfast.
Oh, okay,
It was
okay.
just something on YouTube. But Eric Thomas, if you
Yeah,
know.
yeah, yeah.
So I was listening to Eric Thomas, and he was like, "You have to have a why." You know, his voice is like.
Yeah.
So I'm getting hype in my head, like, "Oh, what's my why?" And I kind of drew a blank,
Yeah.
right? And then it snapped to me. It's like proving, like, all right, people always have this thing, right? I'm like, yo, I gotta prove these niggas wrong.
Yeah.
I gotta prove these wrong, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And it's like, in my opinion, I never really had haters. I don't think I have haters because I don't think I've accomplished enough. You know what I'm saying? To really feel.
You'd be surprised,
But this is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I don't even recognize it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
And because I don't, that means there's just mad people that believe in me. So my why is personally to prove them right. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
Tim believed in me. It's like, bro, I cannot not do this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This dude done bought mad sweaters for me and hats and shirts, and I can't. That's a slap in his face. You know what I'm saying? And my point is, it's like, that's my why. So then he's talking, and I'm getting my answer. I got my answer.
Yeah.
Prove them right. And I'm feeling it. And he's like, if your why don't make you cry. And I started crying. I was like, all right, that's my why. I was like, damn, you know what he doing? I was like, all right, Eric, I'm back at you, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, all right, that's my why. And in the back of my head, them nights when I'm feeling lazy now, I could go right there. Like, I could go, that's my answer. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, yo, I'm mad tired. And it's like, bro, you gotta do this, bro.
Yeah.
You gotta prove, you gotta make sure your mom know you doing something. You gotta make sure Tim know you did it. You know what I'm saying? You got other people, you gotta make sure they see you do this joint.
Yeah.
And that's it for me. And that purpose is more, it means more to me than anything in the world. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I could never or will never stop. And I'll take all the responsibility for all the actions I've ever made. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, it's a slap in the face to the people that believe in me. And that's me, personally.
Yeah.
Other people have their wife. Some people just have their child that's about to be born and they got to make sure that child is good. You know, whatever your why may be. You know what I'm saying? Without that, you just try aimlessly moving.
There's no purpose,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Even a corporation will have a mission, vision, and a purpose. You know what I mean? There has to be, because everybody's gonna get to that point or that roadblock or that's something where it's like, yo, come on. If you don't got a why, you playing ball. If you don't got a why, you're a singer. You don't got a why, you're an artist. You don't got a why, you're a businessman. Whatever you do, if you don't got a why, I can guarantee when you hit that threshold of frustration, it's a dub, yo. It's a dub. Like, literally. It's one thing if you have multiple interests, or like, let's say you're an entrepreneur, or you want to be a mogul, and you want to take on a lot of different projects. So, okay, boom, I do this. That's one thing. You know what I mean? There's a why behind why you want to do all of that stuff. But if you legit don't have a why, I promise you, whatever you're doing now will not last because there's no reason for it to last. So if you gotta take a step back and still do what you do. You see what I'm saying? Because I'm not a hater. I'm a firm believer that everybody has something to bring to the table. I don't care if you got more degrees than me or less degrees than me. I can learn from you. You can learn from me. It don't matter. Everybody got something that somebody else don't got. So that ain't what I'm talking about. But take the time to figure out why you're doing what you're doing. It needs to have a purpose. And then once there's a purpose, you're motivated. When you're motivated, you're strategic. When you're strategic, you think a couple steps ahead. And when there's an outcome, you know what contributed to that outcome. And it's not, oh, it's luck. Or, you know what I mean?
You did that.
Yeah, like you did it. And yeah, like I did that. Because that's gonna motivate you to keep doing that. Because
You know you did it.
Exactly. And then when life throws that curveball, which it will do
All the time.
all the time, you
What's
see
it
what I'm
called?
saying?
Murphy's Law.
Murphy's Law. Whatever can
gonna go.
possibly go wrong is gonna happen.
Every time.
Nah, but seriously, like, and that's always an opportunity to learn or whatever. But you literally just, it's like you get bucked on the court and you fall. Just that's rough. But you get up. You see what I'm saying? You get up and you
Keep
play
playing,
D.
keep
Just
playing.
gotta keep playing D until the fourth quarter's done. You keep going. So that's the motivation for y'all people. I hope y'all.
I'm laughing because yesterday I have a job at a school. And this kid got crossed, dumb on boot. Dude just walked out. So I'm like, nah, bro, he don't got no why.
You ain't got no why. You ain't got no why. You go home to figure out why. But nah, for real though. I hope y'all got something from this. I hope the visual, for the visual people, you know, it was helpful. I firmly believe that why I'm doing this, and Marlon and the different people that I'm gonna, you know, have these conversations with, the real reason why is because there are multiple reasons. One, there's certain conversations or certain discussions or certain questions or certain statements that we all think about, but no one discusses and no one really digs deeper into. It's kind of like surface level. So I'm trying to go a little bit more beneath the surface, right? Two, I like to talk. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I love to talk, and I feel like there's a lot that goes on in this brain of mine, and you know, it's an avenue for me to share some of my thoughts and my experiences and how I feel about certain things, which may help, may just be chatter for certain people, but at the end of the day, it's like I want to be able to use the experience that I have and the knowledge that I've gained through my mistakes, through my learnings from others, to share with other people that may not have a big brother, a father, you know, a family member or a friend that's there to really look to for guidance. Because we talk about it all the time. You know, mistakes, yeah, they're great lesson teachers, but there's certain mistakes that really hurt you. You see what I'm saying? And if you can avoid that,
By learning and listening to somebody.
that's what I'm saying. Like, you can navigate a little bit better. Alright? So this battery's about to die. So before we get cut off, appreciate y'all. Appreciate everyone tuning in. Diamond Boy Society. Check out the site as usual. Check out the Instagram, the IG, aka_TEEJAY. Follow what I'm doing, see what's happening. I'm not doing this for the fame, I'm not doing this for money, trust me. I'm not trying to get rich off of this, but you know what I mean? If I can connect with somebody and what I say hits somebody and makes you feel some type of way, then it all makes sense. Alright? Stay tuned. Peace.